noises. Ugh. That's a bit, yeah, this arm's gonna fucking weigh my arm down. That'll be very fun to edit later. Hi, how you doing? It's Floof here. And today, we're gonna get a little sad. Not really. I just wanted to move on from something, and pretty recently I was watching a video off of regular car reviews where Roman was talking about his fucking SN95. I don't know exactly what year it is. Like red Mustang named Betty. And how after all these years, he like kind of felt that his time with it was over and that he was content with the time that he had with it. And he couldn't afford it anymore, which was also a thing. And if he could afford it, he would hang on to it and all that kind of stuff just for sentimental purposes. But it was one of those things where it was time to kind of give up the ghost, which gives you the title for this video. So what do I mean by that? It means that when you're holding on to something that you really enjoy more for sentimental value and it doesn't really get the use that it deserves anymore, and it's one of those things where I kind of I hate it, frankly. I hate it when things sit. I have to be using things. Like, if I'm going to have a million P bases, all those P bases better be usable and different, right? Like, I can't have multiple of the same bass if they're all going to sound the same. And that's why the Rickenbacker's here. Because I've had this Rickenbacker since November of 2021, I want to say, because that's when I started performing. Like late October, early November. I was in computer science classes, and it was fucking miserable. But on top of that, I bought this Rickenbacker specifically so I could start performing. And this 10-pound mammoth did the job. I remember the first couple of performances that I did, I had the pickup cover on it. Then I found out it was a fucking playing obtrusion. So I decided to take it off and replace it with this piece of plastic here. And God, like all of my performances for the next year were off of the back of this thing. And the last big performance I did was honestly the biggest performance I ever did with it, which was my school's jazz ensemble, which I heard they recorded. So hopefully that'll actually be up on YouTube soon. And if it is, I'll throw it in the description. But yeah. And I've built like some sentimental value with this instrument. This Froky sticker actually came from this one girl who's like 13 and had just been through the fucking ringer when I was talking to her. But she kept her head on straight and was just like so positive on her outlook on life. Really resonated with that, because one of the biggest things in my life is not necessarily having the ability to be happy, but more the ability to overcome things that happen to you in your life. And I threw that on this bass just to represent that. It's the only real sticker on it, because like all the Dutch Bros ones are just, they fall off. They fall off. They don't stick very long. Usually I keep one on, but then I gathered a ton from past experiences and stuff like that. But yeah, and recently just got out of a relationship and into another one, which is why this video is late. It was a weird back-to-back thing, but coming out of it, I kind of learned to reflect a lot on who I am, one, two, what I do, my tendencies, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it tied back to the Rickenbacker, really. Not that I like stopped liking the Rickenbacker. It was a lot of parallels to it. It's not that I stopped liking the Rickenbacker. It's that it wasn't for me. It wasn't the right move for me. And then this relationship wasn't the right move for both of us. That's some extra bullshit that you don't need to hear. And, you know, through and through, watching the video about Roman, because I originally watched like the podcast where it was like really shitty phone camera audio and all that jazz, and that was a time and a half. But when the big video came out, like the official video that he was selling his Mustang, and I watched it all the way through. It's like 35 minutes. I'm going to put it in the description. It's a fantastic video if you haven't watched it already. him not being able to afford it anymore resonated with me, but it was more about how he was talking about how it connected him, like, and just gave himself like different connections. And that's kind of what this Ricky did for me. But I also know that I wasn't going to use the Rickenbacker forever. There's just no way. My goal is to be a studio musician, you know, and just no shot. Like that, I'd get laughed out of the room pretty fast just for having something so wacky. Unless I threw like maybe Joe Bardens and like a P bass pickup somewhere in here, you know, like. But it wasn't gonna work out forever. But I didn't really notice that until about pretty recently, when I recently picked up, when I sold the Music Man Caprice that was dog shit, my graphics card died, and this thing also died. It actually had the ground for the output jack just shit the bed. It just broke when I was performing one day. So I had to get a new bass on the fly just so I can go to jazz performances. So I had a buddy who works at Guitar Center hook me up with the Jack Cassidy basses, which I actually never reviewed, but I'll probably just throw something out there real quick. Maybe in the future, just if you want to see it, maybe in the future for my experiences with it, because I do remember it, and I actually do remember it very fondly. It was actually I'm holding this sideways. It was actually a very wonderful bass to have around. But, you know, after not having a P bass for a while, I really missed my old Buttercream P bass very badly. to a fault, because I sold that and my Buttercream Jazz bass to get the Caprice, to afford the Caprice. So I had the Caprice and the Rickenbacker, and then shit hit the fan, and my job wasn't giving me a ton of hours, and blah 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 blah, blah extra bullshit that you don't need to know. And you know, now I'm pretty broke. I'm currently paying off a bass and loans. So the loans are taking priority, by the way. The bass is backseat. I'm sorry to Detailer Guitars. I'm getting to it. But yeah. And this all looks like and feels like complete bullshit rambling. So let me just get to the point. I resonated with not being able to afford it anymore, but mostly I resonated with the fact that there's just a time in your life where the thing that you enjoy the most can be given up. And that's okay. And the memory you had with that experience is also perfectly okay. And as a matter of fact, it's the memories that I've built with this bass that have made me so fucking stubborn to get rid of it. So that leads to this. If you are a potential buyer of this fine Rickenbacker instrument, I'm here to tell you everything about it. All of its quirks, all of its dog shit, and all the good things about it. So the main part of the video is now over. If you want to dip out, subscribe, eat shit, tell me to eat shit, I don't care. You do whatever the fuck you want. I really don't beg for that kind of shit here. I'm not Janek. Spicy. No, but yeah, I mean, minus the stickers on it, this bass is actually in pretty decent nick. There are a couple of dings and dents. The big issue that you want to be the most aware of is the twist in the neck. It's not bad, but it is there. It's only on the bass side, and it only swoops down just a little bit, somewhere around like the frets like 7 to 12ish mark is usually where it kind of I see a dip. So it looks really high up here, but then kind of swoops low down here, and it's just got a little bit of a dip in it. The action is still relatively low considering, which is good. The bass sounds like a fucking animal. It was my favorite part about it is how this thing sounded, but I've learned to just despise single coil hum. So if it were going to be mine forever, I'd probably throw Joe Barden pickups in it, but also I never wanted to give up the spirit of the Rickenbacker. I always wanted to keep it stock for the sake of that's the Ricky thing, you know? And like all of its Ricky quirks, I actually learned to like appreciate, even though I hated the hum that came out of this thing the moment you turned it on or did anything. If you were like near any part of like an electronic device that was in 30 miles of this thing, it would find it, because these pickups are not hum canceled by factory. That's not my fault. The ground wire in it has broken, but I fixed it. And it works perfectly fine now electronically. Like your push-pull spot still works, all that jazz. If you want sound examples, I do have the video on the Rickenbacker where I forgot where the gain button is, but if you want to just skim past that and get to the sound examples, it sounds exactly the same. I just put on some new DR high beams, and I've actually been really enjoying these strings because this bass has found a way to backseat to this Squire P bass that I bought for $100 that I upgraded, and I had more videos on, and I just haven't edited yet, mostly out of laziness, and I've just been busy doing other things. Mostly the second one. I've just been really busy. And it's, motivation for videos is weirdly tough for me because I really enjoy it and I really like the concept of it, but I fucking hate editing. Like, I like this recording part. This is the fun part. And then I have to edit everything, and I'm like, But I digress. The bridge is the new bridge. The saddles are good. Like, there's some thread on the bottom. You have some gimme room to go up and down. Like, it's nothing too crazy. There are a couple of dings and dents just because it was owned by a 24-year-old college student who had reckless abandon. The neck twist also came with the lacquer fingerboard lift, which is also just common Rickenbacker issue. None of these issues are, like, outstandingly terrible, but all of them are things that I felt the need to stand out. Much like my need for a fucking haircut. Jesus Christ, I look like I'm growing a mullet. Hopefully by next week I'll have enough money. But yeah, but also because of its quirks, it's down tunes. Also, I have like a ton of accessories and shit in the box, but you'll get that with like photos and bullshit. In quirks, I wanted to see if I could sell it for $1,600, but as of right now, I'm going to keep it only in Low End Lobster's Discord, and only on the purpose of, if you buy it and you want to sell it, I want first dibs. This is not any Ricky to me, man. This is my Ricky. And oh, by the way, if you wanted weight, 10 pounds, like almost on the dot. It's like 913 or something like that. It's a heavy bass. It's a heavy boy. All Maple Construction is going to do that to a motherfucker. Anyway, yeah, the only condition of this bass and the only condition of me selling it is if you ever wanted to sell it, I want first dibs. I want the first crack at it. Because I'm a very sentimental person. I've been looking for made in Mexico buttercream P bass, if whether or not I'll pull the trigger is going to be one thing. Because the thing about the P bass is it never really felt like mine. I only really used it for like one performance, and that's on YouTube, but it's unlisted. I kind of just kept that for myself, just kind of listened to myself. It was not that great of a performance, to be quite honest with you. I digress. This bass really holds a special place in my heart, and if I'm in a spot where I am more financially capable to A, take care of it, and B, afford it again, and you just happen to be selling it at the exact same time as that thing is happening, then yeah, I would love to buy it back, because this would basically just be a museum piece at that point. But I didn't want it to be a museum piece, which is kind of the whole reason why I'm selling it. So if I have the motivation and like the fucking like use case to have a Rickenbacker sound again, then I would like my Ricky back, but other than that, it's kind of it about it. I mean, there's going to be more close-up pictures about the dings and the dents. Those will all be in Lobster's Discord. I'll throw a link into Low End Lobster's YouTube channel and Discord. The dude's a phenomenal bass reviewer. He's like what I'm like trying to do for bass review stuff, except he's a lot less bullshit and a lot more like, here are the facts, here's what it sounds like, here's what it sounds like doing this. He's very much just cut and dry, like, this is it, this is the thing, here's what I think of it. And yeah, he's very, very reputable in that sense, because he's just clinically unbiased. It's actually to a point where it's kind of a problem. He has some biases, of course, we all do, but like, he's really, really forward about not having anything be too saturated with his ideas, like his personal ideas. So I really appreciate his content for that. So yeah, if you want to see me, I'm basically just kind of like housed in that Discord. If you want to talk bass shit, I do have a Discord that I run with a couple of buddies, but I don't know if the actual owner of that server would want me to like actually have people from this channel come in. And if so, hi Slam, how you doing? But yeah. No, and that should conclude the entire thing. I feel like this is going to be a good thing in the long run, honestly, because I'm basically going to use the money from this to buy off the rest of the P-base that I have, because I got like halfway done with the payment, and job said no hours. Job said no bitches. But I got a second job at Music Around now. I'll cut that part out. I got a second job now, and they're giving me more consistent hours. Like, I'm there for set times for 3 days a week, and I'll be getting like 20 hours a week, which is like well and beyond what I was making already. So I'll actually be able to afford things. And it's also a music store. And from what I've been told from the employees, sometimes they let you borrow things for like a couple of days as an employee, like perk. Just to see, like, because sometimes you just need to take something home. So, like, as an employee perk, he lets you, like, borrow things for a couple of days on the fact that you don't destroy the fucking product, you know? So I might use that to my advantage, and you might see some more content on this channel involving at the very least, pedals. Like, this just might become, like, a bass pedal channel and how pedals affect basses. I would like to get into more instruments, but I don't know if he'd go that far, especially because I haven't started. I start tomorrow. In terms of February, this is the last part. It's just going to be a couple of announcements. If you want to go and you're like, oh, I wanted to buy it, like, your time is done. You're good. You're free. This is for people who, for some reason, like, stuck all the way through and just, I guess, like hearing me. If you're asking about where February's video went, this was it. But I kind of came up with it late. Because I had like 4 or 5 other ideas for videos I wanted to do, and none of them kind of like stuck out to me super hard. Because the thing about the P-Base saga was it was originally supposed to be 4, but I might just cut it down to 3. Because I think the first one was me fucking having it and trying it out in its stock form, and then the second one I'm going to do is when I replace the tone pots, like the wiring harness in it, which actually made a bigger difference than I thought, but not too many spoilers. Come on. And then the third one's going to be the pickup swap. Mostly because there was originally going to be 2 pickups to be swapped, but one of them actually didn't work, so I'm thinking of just scrapping that entirely, and just having it be 3 videos. So with that being said, also the SBL stuff, I've been keeping up with it again. Yeah, we're gonna I've got some, these are gonna be fun ones, because I'm on the speed challenge right now. So like his like speed part of it. So the Technique accelerator will be back in full swing. I'm not going to be buying the fretboard accelerator 90% on the basis of it's fucking expensive. I just can't do this all the time. I would like it to have a point where I could like justify having a Patreon or something, because I know I'm not going to get advertisement for all the shit that spews out of my mouth. I might get like Sweetwater to say like, hey, here's a bone, you fucking idiot. And, but like, I don't think I'll get many bones tossed from the YouTube algorithm. So, word of mouth is going to be how this channel spreads, and I'm completely okay with that. I won't do this for money. I do it because I'm a comic at heart, really. I'm a comic and a musician, and I like combining the two worlds. So, yeah, that'll be it. And that is 20 fucking minutes of footage. That's fun. If you're out here and you want to buy the Rickenbacker, by all means, we'll work out shipping. I'd be happy to split shipping, by the way. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Yeah, that's it. I've been Floof, everybody. Hope y'all are doing good.